Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel where budgeting is part of my journey to achieving the life I dream of. My name is Chris and I am an active duty member in the U.S. Navy and mother of 2 wonderful kids along with my 2 fur babies. Today I will be going over my February 1st paycheck using the budget by paycheck method from the Budget Mom, and I shall be showing you how I implemented the zero-based budget method along with the cashless envelope system. Yes, you heard me right, cashless envelope system. I know it's already February and I was really contemplating whether or not to even do this video, but I really wanted to, and it's better late than never. So let's get started. All right, so as you can see, I've already went ahead and filled out my February monthly layout. I went ahead and put my bills that are due. I put 2 different colors for the 2 different paychecks that I get. So I did say I was active duty military, and so I only get 2 paychecks a month. Now on this side, I went ahead and wrote out my goals. First goal is to keep conscious of my miscellaneous spending. That is one of my biggest spending categories. So I want to make sure that every time I swipe the card, because I am going cashless, that I'm doing so keeping in mind that I just want to not spend on stuff I don't need. Goal number 2 is make weekly meal plans. I'm trying to stick to my grocery budget. And to do that, I gotta make those plans on what I'm gonna be cooking and, shop my pantry, make sure that everything that I use comes from my home first and then the grocery store. And then third is maximize my snowball. I am trying to become debt-free, so making sure I maximize those snowballs is pretty important to me. So let's go ahead and go over to the paycheck number 1 sheet. But before I do that, comment down below what you and your family do for fun that is inexpensive and super fun for the whole family. All right, so this is my paycheck bill tracker, and we're just going to fill it out for the first paycheck. All right. To do this, I use my handy dandy bill tracker. This way I know I'm filling out for all of the bills. Now I can always reference my calendar because I do make sure to write down every single bill when it's due and how much. So should I ever lose my bill tracker, I know that I can use my monthly spread. And all this is from the Budget Mom, the planner, the bill tracker. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna write here February 1st, that's when I get paid. Then I'm going to fill out my income. Being active duty, I already know more or less how much I get paid on a bi-weekly basis. So I'm just gonna go ahead, write that out. So okay, then I always get a transfer in. That's some additional funds. I don't know why I put a comma there. That should just be a 0 and a 0. All right, and I didn't roll over anything to February, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add these 2 numbers up. $32.50. So I'm only working with $32.50. All right. Then I'm just gonna go ahead, write in my bills, and for the sake of time, I will be right back. All right, so now that I have all the bills down, I'm gonna add them all up and put the total down here. So the thing that I really love about my financial journey is that as I keep doing this month by month, I'm starting to learn that what I pay for what service, or for the mortgage, or for any subscription that I have, I feel like that's one of the biggest accomplishments that I've done this journey that I started back in April of 2020, and getting my financial situation right. I started in April, and now I can say to the penny how much I pay for what service, and I'm pretty proud of that. So let's continue. Let's add all of this up and see what we get. All right, we have $24.95.45. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead, subtract that from the income. And I'm left with $754.55. Okay, so this is the part where that cashless envelope system comes in. I do still fill out the envelopes category because I do use cashless envelopes, and I'll be showing you how I do those in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and write down the categories that I use envelopes for. And let's begin with groceries. I do have a budget for eating out. I also take into consideration gas for the car, family fun, I do set aside some money for gifts. That's if the kids have a party with other kids. I mean, you know, bringing gifts to the daycare or bringing gifts to the school for a friend of theirs that is having a birthday. So I use the gifts fund, or if someone is in need of something out in the street, or if I'm giving $1 away, I'm usually taking it from my gifts fund. Okay, we also have pets, miscellaneous, and I believe that is it. Oh, nope, I did forget one. That's my kids. They do get a certain amount each month for me to get stuff for them, whether it be clothes, shoes, any toiletries that they need specifically for them. So I go ahead and budget that out as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put what I have left over. And all of these are gonna equal out 700. So I had a little bit of technical difficulties, which is okay. The camera stopped recording on me, but that's okay. Let's continue. The envelope section is gonna equal out to 700, and the way that I divide that up is groceries for these first 2 weeks is going to get 200, eating out 90, gas 50, family fun 60, gifts 30, pets 30, miscellaneous 140, kids 100. So once I know $700, when I said I was cashless envelope, that means that I'm going to be sending 700 to my daily spending account, and 700 is what's in there. There is a $100 cushion just in case, but I really strive to just use those $700 or less. Definitely want to do less, but 7 is it, right? So how do I track these envelopes when I'm a cashless envelope system person? Well, the way that I do it is in my TBM wallet, the TBM wallet by Filofax, I go ahead and I print off these spending trackers. The Budget Mom has them in her shop and they look like this. I just print them out and I cut them up, and then I hole punch them with a personal size hole puncher. What I do is on the spend tracker, I go ahead and I put the category and I put how much I have allotted for that particular category. So going off of my paycheck bill tracker, I make sure that grocery has 200, eating out 90, kids 100, and so on. And as I make transactions or as I buy things or swipe my card, I go ahead and I write down the date, the description, the amount, and the balance. That means that that's what's left for that category in that checking account. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm not a big cash person, so I really wanted a way to be able to use the budget by paycheck method and the binder and the envelope system, but just in a cashless way, because honestly, I just really don't like carrying around a lot of cash. So as you can see, $54.55 is what I have left over. Now, I'm not going to fill out my sinking funds section because what I'm going to do is take that, I'm going to roll it over to my next paycheck, and because I went ahead and did a monthly tracker for how much I get paid or I'm expecting to get paid every month, I have a sinking fund section where I want to throw a big chunk all together at the end of the month. So I save my sinking funds, my snowball, and any extra savings for my last paycheck, so I can make sure anything that's still in the account just goes straight into sinking funds, debt, and extra savings. That is it for tonight. Subscribe, hit that notification button so that you can stay tuned for some more cashless budgeting videos, and hasta luego. Adios.